pile-driving peaks. Since 1973, the biggest mark in the IWC. Do you have your pillows, ladies and gentlemen? What about your nice comfy blankets? Are you in your favorite pair of pajamas? Do you have your hot cups of green tea? I ask, ladies and gentlemen, because Nia Jax has entered the building. If you slept through Monday Night Raw, do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. You did not miss anything at all. And that's why you're here. And that's why you're watching the #1 podcast in the entire IWC, hosted by JD from New York. Never mind Raw tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am hearing from sources close to the situation that Titus O'Neil is already preparing for Wednesday. As Wednesday we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I am hearing that he's going all out. I'm hearing that there's going to be an overabundance of food specials and drink specials inside the venue. And Dana Brooke, I'm hearing, is working her ass off as well because she's giddy with excitement. I mean, she doesn't know how to do anything else well. She can't wrestle. She don't even look good. She can't cut a promo. What else is she good for, man? So you might as well use your skills, or the lack thereof, or whatever skills you got, and use them for Titus, because this is indeed one of the busiest days of the year for Titus Catering. Dana, I don't like the way you're looking at me, honey. What's the problem? You didn't have a good weekend? Why are you looking at me with that retarded look? It ain't sexy, I'll tell you that. It's not like Tony over there. Titus wanted to keep Cinco de Mayo secret. What the fuck are you talking about? It's on the goddamn calendar. It's not a secret, everybody knows it. He wanted to make it special, you say. Why don't you get the fuck out of my sight and make me special? You can't do anything. What's so secret that he's got in the kitchen, that he's cooking up? Like we never had fucking Mexican before. What does he got? Chilaquiles? Some homemade mole sauce? A nice enchilada maybe? Some good old-fashioned tacos? Maybe a nice tamal? How about some al pastor? Is it that? What about some quesadillas? Steak, chicken, corn? What do you got? Some homemade guacamole? Maybe a homemade mole poblano? How about a nice gordita? How about some hueves rancheros? A good old corn on the cob? What about a nice tostada? What about some homemade tortillas? Maybe some homemade salsa? Maybe some burritos? Maybe some flan? What do you got? What do you got? What's so fucking secret? I just named everything that Titus is good at, and you want me to keep it secret? Jesus fuck, I gotta get rid of her people, I don't know. Listen, let me get out of here before Nia Jax hears all that I said and she comes bum rushing into the studio. Fuck. This is your Monday Night Raw review, right here, with your host, JD from New York. Get ready for Cinco de Mayo, aka Titus's biggest day of the year. This message is brought to you by the Strowman Express Railways. If you want to eat your burritos and drink your tequila in the fastest way possible on Cinco de Mayo, then jump on board the Strowman Express. If you aren't riding Strowman, you are stupid. Woo!
I gotta tell you, man, red is my least favorite color. I can't even do the We Are Live, man. I'm physically disgusted. I really am. I'm physically disgusted, man. Unbelievable. Eva Marie is back on WWE television, man. What is she gonna be doing? I don't know. Hopefully it's not wrestling. Maybe I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's gotten better. Eva Marie is back. AJ Styles and Omos are back. More Braun Strowman in the main event. More Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Naomi and Lana. And my God, man, is Charlotte Flair absolutely nauseating. Rhea Ripley, 1 month on the roster, already ruined. This Backlash show feels absolutely garbage. And more Alexa Bliss and more of the same. This Monday Night Raw was just as awful as the rest of you folks. But you know what? We're going to have a good time. Because you're right here on the #1 podcast in the IWC. On this Monday night. Every night, really. This is your Monday Night Raw post show. Right here on Off the Script. This fucking foliage? Is this what you want, Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for May 3rd, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York. Welcome to the OTS venue. Unbelievable, man. Oh, God. You know, I'm losing creativity myself, even coming on here and talking about Monday Night Raw. What exactly happened tonight? What exactly happened tonight, man? I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what happened tonight. We seen the re-debut or the return of all red everything, Eva Marie. Now, I know you guys are expecting an epic rant of sorts. I don't feel like having an epic rant this evening. There's nothing to epically rant on, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what she's going to be doing, but we're going to talk about why she really isn't needed. I feel like WWE is somehow reverting back to the Divas division. It's quite odd that they are using the hashtag evolution. Anything, whatever the opposite is of evolution, that is Eva Marie. So I find it quite funny. It's almost like they are mocking you in plain sight with evolution. I don't know what you guys expect from me, but we will talk about her in some way, shape, or form this evening. I don't know what she's going to bring to the show. In fact, I don't even know if she's going to be wrestling, to be perfectly honest with you. She could be managing, for all we know, which I think would be the best thing for her. Because remember the last time she was in the ring. I don't think I ever want to see that ever again, man. I had nightmares for months with Eva Marie wrestling in a WWE ring. More Braun Strowman, more Drew McIntyre, more Bobby Lashley, more of I don't give a fuck. Who really gives a shit? Seriously, the top of this show needs absolute change. And I told you right from the get-go, is Bobby Lashley going to feel important after he wins the WWE Championship? It was all, oh my God, he deserves it. Oh my God, he looks great. He should be the champion. He deserves it, this and that. Now look at him. It's awful. Bobby Lashley is just like everybody else. They broke up the Hurt Business. They got him feuding with fucking wee da-da stupid. You know, they got him feuding with fucking dummy idiot Braun Strowman. I don't know how that makes anybody a credible fucking champion. Guy sucks. Then you got Drew McIntyre, who has lost all steam whatsoever. He's got nothing. And they got him feuding with fucking the new Ascension in T-Bar and Mace. So they need a complete redo, a do-over at the top of the card on Monday night. Charlotte Flair gets added to the Women's Championship title match at WrestleMania Backlash because WWE thought WrestleMania was such a good show that they figured, you know what? Everybody loved it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Only in WWE's mind. I don't know who would want to see a redo of that fucking show, especially night 2. But Asuka and Rhea Ripley, Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair got added. Of course she did. What do you think she's going to be doing? Sitting out another pay-per-view? Give me a break, folks. Give me a break. I just find it funny how WWE, they can't even get Charlotte into the championship picture anymore by legitimate means. They can't do it. Now the storyline is that she's in there because everybody dislikes her. And that's the story now around Charlotte Flair, revolving around Charlotte Flair. Everybody dislikes her. So what do you think is going to happen when she inevitably wins the championship again? Bruce? You think those people are going to feel bad for her? Or are they going to just not like her more so? She is the worst part of the goddamn show. Seriously. Rhea Ripley sucks. She needs to go back to promo school. We'll talk about that and what she did. My God, she is awful. She looks and sounds awful, man. She is as bad as Lana on Monday night. The only difference is she listens to slightly better music than Lana, but not by much. Maybe I should sit down with Rhea Ripley and show her my power metal collection, man. I don't know what you're listening to, but the Rhea Ripley that we saw in NXT, the death metal arch enemy, fucking Opeth, or whoever else you want to name, heavy metal band that she used to listen to is dead. Now she's listening to Sum 41 and Limp Bizkit, whatever else she's fucking, Avenged Sevenfold, whoever the fuck she's listening to, man. These, never mind. Never mind. I don't want to make fun of anybody's musical preference over here, man. I'm the one who's listening to God knows what. But she sucks. She sucks. She's awful. Asuka dancing around, doing the god-awful things that Asuka does. I don't know, man. It's like the women's division is just, there's nothing around it that's interesting. It's not exciting. They turned everybody, I said this last week, they turned everybody into the same, and the only one that stands out is Charlotte Flair. It's the only one that they care to build a character around, and whatever the fucking character is about Charlotte Flair is nauseating. Everybody hates her for the wrong reasons. Yeah, you got Tamina Snuka out here saying that Charlotte Flair is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. I'm not sure which Roman Reigns you're talking about, Tamina, but I know it's not this Roman Reigns. Maybe the old Roman Reigns, but not this Roman Reigns. It's a poor comparison, Tamina, but I don't blame you. You've been sitting in catering for the last 7 years. You've only seen the light of day for what, 3 months? And Natty was the one, of all people, to take you out of catering. Unreal. And then WWE breaks up another tag team, as if this is news. They broke up Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander tonight. I wonder which one of them goes on to success. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, man. This show is the worst fucking show ever, man. I swear to God, this show is fucking awful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. We got a lot to go over tonight, including some fine comments by Jim Cornette as it pertains to The Fiend, man. I find it very difficult to disagree with good old Corny talking about Bray Wyatt. I love it. I can't wait to see all the Bray Wyatt geeks come crying in my fucking mentions on Twitter. So we got that news. We got news on, let me see, who else I got news on? MVP and Bobby Lashley. And then we'll go over the Charlotte Flair. This is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Yeah, right, Tamina. We'll go over that as well on the podcast today. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me, man. I love the interaction. The venue is hopping. The music is playing. It's lively in here, man. I love it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,500. That's the goal tonight. 1,500 live likes in the live stream tonight. Go and do that for me. It is absolutely free of charge to do. If you enjoy the podcast and enjoy what happens here, make sure you do that. Also, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for all notifications so you guys are notified of when I do go live and upload the podcast every single Saturday. Speaking of which, we had episode 374 where we had a nice little tasteful rant on Mick Foley and his terrible idea of an all-women's brand / all-women's show in WWE, because WWE's women's division is flourishing nowadays, right? Especially on Raw. So we talk about that on Saturday, as well as the MLW and NXT possible partnership. But I thought the imaginary war was nothing more than imaginary, Triple H. Give me a break. We talk about that. And if you guys missed any of that, that is live on the channel right now. Go and check all of that out. It is on the channel right now. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, man, at JDfromNY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram, like I mentioned. Also, if you guys want to support the podcast, several ways to do that. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206. Go and get your t-shirts on Bonfire. Right now, they are the exclusive home of Off the Script and the podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gotten a koozie, there are 5 left. If you've donated in the last week for an off-the-script koozie, all you have to do is donate $15 or more via the YouTube Super Chats. Several of you have done that. I have 5 left, including this one right here. Make sure you guys go and do that. $15 or more will get you an off-the-script koozie. And all you have to do once you do that is email me, JDfromNY206 at yahoo.com. Send me your full name and address, and I will have Hoop Media send out those immediately, and they will be sent out this week as far as who has already gotten theirs in the mail. So thank you guys so very much for all that support. And today's show is sponsored by Honey. Join honey.com/offthescript. Download the free web browser extension and start saving yourself some money today by using Honey. I use it every time I shop online. It downloads instantly. It downloads for free. And I don't know who doesn't like saving any money, man. I really don't. Saving money is glorious, unlike this show. joinhoney.com/offthescript to go and download the free web browser extension. That's going to save you money. That's joinhoney.com/offthescript. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start at the top of the show with Monday Night Raw tonight. First thing that we see is Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. Adam Pearce, we talked about him on the podcast this Saturday. He just got promoted to Director of Live Events, which could mean that WWE is very close, or at least in the planning stages of getting back on the road. So they wouldn't be promoting Adam Pearce to that type of position if they were not in the planning stages of getting back on tour, especially with everything that's going on. But don't expect that to happen until after SummerSlam. And Nick Khan, WWE's president, has stated that as soon as they get fans in attendance the next time, it is going to be a little bit more of a regular thing. So Adam Pearce did get promoted this past week. Sonya Deville, I don't really know what's going on with Sonya Deville. No explanation, Bruce. No explanation at all as to why Sonya Deville is on SmackDown, and then she comes to Monday Night Raw, and why she's there, nobody has explained anything to us. Every Monday for the last 3 weeks now, she's been wearing red suits. Why is she there? Who allowed this to happen? Is this part of the brand-to-brand invitational? I don't get it. What is the relationship between Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair? Was that even discussed? It's like they just do. I don't even know if Sonya Deville was even given an explanation as to why she is back in the WWE after a loser leaves WWE match. Didn't they wrestle at SummerSlam last year? Or correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Sonya Deville say, one of the last things that she said, she doesn't want to be called Sonya Deville anymore? It's very weird. No, but WWE doesn't expect you to remember that. WWE doesn't want you to remember that. I do. I'm sorry, Bruce. I'm sorry. I'm so much more intelligent than most of your writing staff. And you. So they're backstage there talking to MVP. MVP insisted Lashley be called the almighty Bobby Lashley. MVP said Lashley said he can beat either Drew or Braun in a one-on-one competition. Pearce says he has a coin to decide whom he will face tonight. Drew walked in and says he's taking back his title. And Braun says he's so wrong because he'll walk out of Backlash as champion. Drew taunted Braun Strowman with saying that he needed help from Mace and Teabag. Braun got upset. Braun called tails when the coin was in the air, and he got it right. He got it right. The big oaf. He got it right. And Drew said he'll preview what will happen to Lashley at Backlash. Drew said when Braun is done wrestling Lashley tonight, he will send him on a one-way trip to Claymore Country. I'm not sure what is in Claymore Country, but I'll pass on that one, Drew. I'll pass. Braun Strowman knows what it is to be a country boy, so he should fit right in. MVP said once Lashley puts Braun in the Hurt Lock, he won't make it to Backlash. Seeing how bad these shows have been for the last 6 months, we'll be lucky if we make it to Backlash. So, that was the open of the show. That was a pre-recorded segment from WWE.com. And the actual show opened up with AJ Styles and Omos. Or Omos. Apparently, WWE used the excuse of why they were off of TV for 3 weeks. They were partying it up in Nigeria. That was their excuse. That's what AJ said on The Bump this week. The reason why they were off TV was because they were partying with almost his family and friends in Nigeria. It's great. It's awesome. 3 weeks to win worthless titles, and that deserves 3 weeks of partying. Styles was in the ring. He was all excited about almost winning tag team titles in his first match. He asked the viewers, the little amount of viewers that were watching, if they missed them since WrestleMania. I know you guys have questions like, where did they go after WrestleMania? Oh, the Caribbean. I'm sorry, not Nigeria. I'm getting confused with, what's his name over there? Commander Aziz. Who gives a shit? They're all the fucking same. I know you guys have questions. Where did we go after WrestleMania? They celebrated in the Caribbean. he says. They had better things going on than to throw tomatoes on Raw. Styles bragged about being a Grand Slam champion. He said it only took him 5 years. New Day interrupted. Kofi and Xavier made their way to the ring. Graves hyped the tag team title match as if we never seen it before. We just seen this at WrestleMania. What is going to be so different from what we seen at WrestleMania? I'll get to that in a second. So, Kofi congratulated them for their deserved time off. Then he said in a sarcastic tone, when they were tag team champions, they just took vacations and came and went whenever and showed disrespect to the tag team division. I'm sorry, Kofi, what tag team division exactly? Kofi got serious and said there's a reason why they're 11-time tag team champions. Favoritism. Said every time they get knocked down, they dust themselves off and win their titles back every single time. Kofi talked about winning the WWE title at WrestleMania in front of thousands in person and millions at home in front of his kids and his brothers in the New Day. Said it was physically and emotionally draining. So is this show, Kofi. But somehow came to Raw the next night because that's the kind of champion he is. Omos eventually broke in and says he's tired of their joking around and he wants to knock some sense into them. Xavier said they're about to become 12-time tag team champions, and they gyrated to the ring. So they did acknowledge why they were gone, but obviously that's not the real reason why they were gone. Either one of them had COVID, quote unquote, or they were injured. One of them was injured. And I'm going to say either Omos was injured, Styles maybe caught something, and that was the legitimate reason for why they were out. Because I don't know why you would keep AJ Styles, of all people, who is a major star on this show, out for absolutely no reason. So at least they said something, but it was a ridiculous something. They tried to do their best, but in WWE, normally their best is lazy. So we got a tag team title match, rematch from WrestleMania. Styles and Omos win in 12 minutes. Folks, I kid you not, if you watched their WrestleMania match and you saw AJ and Omos win the tag team titles the first time from the New Day at WrestleMania, then you legitimately missed nothing at all in this match. It was basically the same match from Mania. All it was 12 minutes of, hey, we need something to fill a 3-hour show. Let's run this back and do the same exact thing because Omos doesn't know anything. The one thing I don't like about this pairing, which I hope is a temporary thing, and we got too many temporary things in the tag team division right now. We got RK Bro, we got AJ and Omos, we got Jackson Ryker and Elias, and we got Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander finished. They're broken up. But the one thing I don't like about this pairing, or two things rather, number one, it's temporary. They're not really a tag team. It's not really what the tag team division needs. I'm a big advocate for tag team wrestling. And number two, I don't like the way AJ Styles, we all put AJ Styles on a pedestal. And I don't like the way AJ Styles is looking weak because Omos is lackluster. He doesn't know what to do. He's green as grass. So AJ's got to lead, and AJ's got to get beaten down, and then he makes the hot tag to Omos, and that's going to be their match. That's the way their matches are going to be produced. But you can't have AJ take a beating and then make the hot tag to Omos because he's the big guy. You have him throw a big boot, you have him throw a backbreaker, or you have him throw somebody around because he's 7 foot whatever. That's the makeup of an AJ Styles and Omos match on Raw. You can't really do that. You see that repetitive over and over and over again, you're going to start saying the same thing that I'm saying here. Why is AJ every single time looking weak? It was the same problem that I had when Charlotte and Asuka were tag team champions. Asuka was the one who was getting beaten down. She was the Raw Women's Champion, and she was looking weak until she made the hot tag to Charlotte. And Charlotte got all the fire in the ring off the hot tag. Can't do that. You got to give and take. You can't have it be so lopsided every single time. And in this case, they have no choice because Omos This is it for him. He's hit his ceiling. After this, what exactly is Omos going to be doing? Right back to being a bodyguard. I don't see him in the ring and making an impact on Raw. The guy can barely throw a fucking move. Omos has hit his ceiling already in WWE. This is it. So I don't like that aspect of it. The one thing I do like in this match, was that Xavier and Kofi, they really sell for Omos. They made him look good. But how many times is that actually going to happen? How many opportunities is he going to have that happen for him? So they really did a great job at selling for him and making him look like a beast. But this is a very short-lived tag team. And this reign is very short-lived. They beat the New Day clean tonight. Phenomenal forearm off of Omos' shoulders. 1, 2, 3. That was it. And I do believe that RK Bro is going to win the tag team championships because who else is there? Really, who else is there? There's no other teams on Monday Night Raw. Not one. Shelton and Cedric got broken up. The Lucha House Party, forget about them. The Viking Raiders. WWE doesn't really put much stock into the Viking Raiders. Jackson, Riker, and Elias, they're not really a tag team. It's an act that works together, but they're not a real tag team. Miz and Morrison, we're way past that. There's nobody else. It's either these guys right now and then RK Bro or the Viking Raiders. But sooner rather than later, WWE is going to be running through resources in this tag team division. There's not going to be much left. And this is it for Omos. So that's my thoughts there. They win the tag team championships, or the match rather, to retain the tag team championships. And that was it. That was it. We got a vignette for Eva Marie. She asked, "Now do I have your attention?" Oh yeah, honey, you certainly have my attention. She stood on the hood of a very expensive sports car, or what looked to be a very expensive sports car. And she said she wants to inspire other people to be independent and pursue their ambitions. She said she's back where she started, and it's now an evolution. I find it funny that WWE is using this catchphrase, evolution, instead of evolution. Because let's be real, folks, everything about Eva Marie is the opposite of evolution. Now, I find it funny how people power, Johnny Laurinaitis, is back in WWE, and we have the likes of Eva Marie returning to the company. Now, I'm not an idiot. I know WWE and the reports of Eva Marie signing a WWE deal were dating back to last year, December. Right after the Survivor Series, we started hearing about Eva Marie coming back to the WWE. We were all wondering, when is she going to show up? Maybe she shows up in the Royal Rumble. WWE waited and waited and waited and waited. We've seen no Eva Marie. We didn't really think it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, like tonight on a random May episode of Monday Night Raw, we get Eva Marie on the hood of a sports car, and she's back on Monday night. The red brand, all red, everything is back. I get it that she was signed already. I get it that the rumors have been going on. But what I don't like about this situation is how the timing of it is just fucking awful. It is in such bad taste that you have this woman signed, number one, which is fucking ludicrous because she's awful. Don't know why you would even... I hope to God she is just a smidgen better than what she was, because she's going to be under the microscope so much. And I'm sure a lot of you want to look at Eva Marie under the microscope. I'm sure. I know, clowns. I know. But I hope to God she's going to get better. Or I hope to God that she has gotten better. She's been training and taking a lot of selfies in the gym with a PC with Parker Bordeaux that they signed Mini Lesnar over there. I see all the Instagrams and all the Twitters. I see it. So hopefully she's gotten a little bit better. But the timing of it is so bad. After you just released the likes of Mickie James, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, who I don't give a fuck about, but they were wildly popular for whatever fucking reason, and Samoa Joe. I don't understand how you look at Eva Marie as more of a commodity in what you're building in women's wrestling right now, the evolution, not evolution, evolution of women's wrestling in WWE. I don't see how Eva Marie fits into that more so than Mickie James. I would love if somebody came to me and explained to me why. And please leave, oh, she's smoking hot, out of the discussion. If you want smoking hot, go watch a fucking swimsuit fucking special on ESPN. Go and buy a swimsuit calendar or go watch some porno. I don't need to see somebody like Eva Marie who can't do what she's supposed to do on this show good. Meanwhile, all she has is, oh, she's smoking hot. I don't give a fuck. That is very subjective. Anybody could be smoking hot to anybody. But I don't watch women's wrestling because they're smoking hot. I want to watch women's wrestling because I want to see competition. That's just me. But you get rid of Mickie James to make payroll room for Eva Marie? You dump Peyton Royce to make room for Eva Marie? How do you think those women feel looking at this shit? It might not seem like it on the surface, but those women got to be racking their brain around that shit. And I don't understand how you let somebody like Samoa Joe go, but you want to pay Eva Marie since December to train and sit around and wait for a debut, but you want to let Samoa Joe go. In 1,000 fucking years, you would never catch me dead giving money to Eva Marie for a WWE contract over Samoa Joe. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, granted, I'm not going to rant on it. I want it to be a little bit level-headed. I think I've matured over the years instead of coming on here and yelling in my basement apartment that Eva Marie sucks and I get red in the face like Bruce Pritchard. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. We'll probably see a month worth of vignettes. Who knows what she's going to do? I'll wait. I'll watch. I'll assess. And then we'll discuss. Has she gotten better? Is she just as bad as she was then? Is she even going to wrestle? We don't know. She wants to inspire, she says. I don't know what that means. Does she want to inspire through her in-ring ability? I find that very hard to believe. Or does she want to inspire by helping others? Maybe she's a manager, a valet of sorts. I don't know. I have no idea. So we're going to wait and see what happens with Eva Marie. But she's back, and I'm not thrilled about it because I honestly think her and everything that she is moving backwards in what WWE, Sasha and Bayley and Becky and all these women have built, where they want to take women's wrestling. I think Eva Marie is the embodiment of moving backwards. That's just the way I feel. And if you are sitting here, listen, you can have cock and balls between your legs, man. I'm not saying she's not an attractive woman. I'm not. But if that's all you're gauging this on, I don't really want to have a discussion with you. I don't. She's not going to make the show better. She's not going to make the women's division better. We already have enough of her and what she was on the show. Why do we need to add more like that on Monday Night Raw where they're obviously suffering? That's my problem. We'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. Backstage, Sonya Deville told Charlotte she understands her concerns and will take it under advisement. Pierce walked in, told her that she appreciates her input, but are you really overstepping your boundaries again? She stared back at him and Really didn't say much of everything. So Sonya Deville is in this back and forth with Adam Pearce where she's doing what she wants without seeking guidance or approval from Adam Pearce. So again, I don't know where they're going with this. I don't. I would just love an explanation as to why she's even on this show. We haven't even gotten that. And if the fans aren't given that, Bruce, then what do you really think about us as a fan base? You don't give a shit. If you don't give a shit, then why are we going to give a shit in the stories that you tell? All we want is a simple explanation as to why she is there. Why is Sonya Deville on Raw? Until we get that, I don't care. There's no story. She just shows up. Unless the brand split ended. Got news on Charlotte Flair coming from Tamina Snuka, of all people. She conducted an interview and said that Charlotte Flair was the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Now, first of all, whoever asked this question, you're a complete blithering idiot. Number one, I don't even know how you could compare the two. Who was this? Vibe and Wrestling. A bunch of fucking idiots. Why was this even brought up? How could this even be constituted as a logical fucking discussion? You fucking serious? Yeah, Charlotte Flair is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Let me tell you something. There is no Roman Reigns in the women's division. The only one that even comes close is Sasha Banks. And I'll get to why in a second. Tamina says this, and I quote, I would say probably Charlotte Flair is the Roman Reigns of the women's division at this point. She came back, and then she definitely got something on her head. She is coming back for something and wants to prove who she is. Yeah, because she didn't prove who she was 12 other fucking championship reigns before this, right? She came out and put everybody on the spot, and now she addressed all of the locker room. So I would have to say probably Charlotte right now, end quote. That really doesn't explain anything. That doesn't explain anything. Now, if you're going to compare someone to Roman Reigns makes everybody that he's in the ring with better. Every story that revolves around Roman Reigns is the top story, the most interesting story, the most engaging story in WWE. When Roman Reigns, especially this run, and I'm basing it only on this run because Roman Reigns before this was fucking nauseating. Roman Reigns has made the Universal Championship the biggest and most important championship in wrestling outside of what Kenny Omega is doing because I can't really put them in the same category. The AEW Championship is very prestigious right now. But what Roman Reigns has done with the Universal Championship, nobody before him has been able to do. And I'm including Brock Lesnar in that because Brock Lesnar took 4 months off in between title reigns. Taking the title home and coming back for a major payday doesn't make the championship important. It doesn't. Roman Reigns is on every show. Roman Reigns doesn't wrestle every show, but he's on every show. That title is visible every fucking week. Roman Reigns is visible every week. He speaks every week. Everything that Roman Reigns does is important. Everything Roman Reigns does is engaging. The Universal Championship is important. And everybody that he surrounds himself with is much better off for it. Now, I want you to take everything that I just said about Roman Reigns and ask those same questions in regards to Charlotte Flair. Every single one of them is going to have an opposite answer. Everything that Charlotte Flair does is disinteresting. Everybody that's in the ring with Charlotte Flair is worse off for it. Every time Charlotte Flair holds a championship, it's worse. She makes every segment she's in worse. She makes the show she's on worse. She makes the women's division worse. Nothing she's in is interesting or engaging. And she's got go-away heat. So pretty much, Tamina is right, but wrong at the same time. Charlotte Flair is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. She's not 2021 Roman Reigns. She's 2017 Roman Reigns. She's 2018 Roman Reigns. She's 2019 Roman Reigns. Give me a break. Charlotte Flair has go away, get off my TV heat. She is nowhere close. She's not even in the same fucking stratosphere as Roman Reigns right now. Sasha Banks is more like Roman Reigns. Everybody that's in the ring with Sasha Banks has the best match of their fucking career. Everybody. Everybody. Fucking bullshit. Moving on. Where am I, man? Every time I talk about Charlotte, I get fucking verklempt. Hold on a second. Kayla Braxton. She interviewed MVP and Bobby Lashley. MVP said Braun Strowman should consider himself lucky to be in the ring against Lashley, or quote-unquote unlikely, depending on your perspective. Lashley said he's a freak of nature, and neither Drew nor Braun can pry his title out of his hands. He said he can lose his title without being pinned by either of them, and that he won't let happen. So Bobby Lashley and MVP, why do they work so well together? MVP actually talked about this with Corey Graves on After the Bell. MVP discussed the real man behind the WWE Championship, and that is Bobby Lashley, one of his best friends. He said that Lashley is happiest when he's working hard and training. Getting ready for a fight helps him stay focused as he turns his true personality up to 11. He says this, and I quote, "I always tell young, up-and-coming professional wrestlers, when you're trying to play a character that's not really you, it's going to be difficult, and fans can register that. Sometimes it's not even consciously, but it's subconsciously they pick up on it. Bobby Lashley really is that combat athlete. Bobby loves to train. Bobby is happiest when he's training and fighting. The Lashley that you see on the screen is Lashley when he is in his own personality and it's turned way up. MVP is me with my volume, my personality on 11. If you look, that's the reason that we work so well. Historically, all the greats, Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's Steve Austin with the volume turned all the way up. That's his personality. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he just turns his volume on his personality way up. That's why me and Bobby work so well together, because the dynamic, Bobby is a man of few words, and I always have something to say." End quote. MVP is correct. MVP is right. Also, it doesn't hurt that both of them are incredibly good friends in real life, away from the TV, away from Raw, away from WWE, and if you have that bond already outside the ring, it's going to be a natural fit for that to be great on television. So MVP has been a blessing to Bobby Lashley, and MVP's probably legitimately been the MVP of Monday Night Raw for 2020. The majority of it anyway, until they broke up the Hurt Business for absolutely no reason. But MVP has done wonders, and I didn't like MVP, especially when he was in the ring. When he first came back, I thought he was going to be back to wrestle. But he settled into this role as an advocate, as the Brock Lesnar to Bobby Lashley, right? Or the Paul Heyman, rather, I should say, to Bobby Lashley, who would be Raw's Brock Lesnar, I guess. And that's the right role for him. So I think it's worked out incredibly well. But they broke up the Hurt Business, and I didn't think that was the right idea whatsoever. We got a backstage promo with Elias, and he told Riker, Jackson Riker, by the way, that the most humiliating experience of his life was being hit with tomatoes last week. They began throwing tomatoes at the New Day, who were nursing their pain with ice packs, but Randy Orton stepped in the way, and he got hit with a tomato. He didn't look happy about it. Matt Riddle drove by, or scooted by, I should say, on his scooter, and Randy Orton was not too pleased at all. So they take what we all shit on last week and just do it all over again this week with the fucking tomatoes, because they know that we hated it, and WWE likes to hate on its fans. That's why that happened. Charlotte Flair versus Dana Catering with Mandy Rose. Charlotte wins in 4 minutes. Dana Brooke, everything that she does is legitimately the worst thing ever. Her walk to the ring, her posing, her in-ring ability, her presence, her mere presence is the worst thing ever. I can't stand Dana Brooke. What value does Dana Brooke bring the women's division? Nothing. None at all. She's in there with Charlotte. Charlotte wins in about 4 minutes, figure 8. Back to catering you go, Dana. I'm sure Titus needs you. Stat in the back. When Charlotte didn't release after the bell, Rose broke it up and kicked Charlotte out of the ring. Deville walked out. What's going to happen here? Sonya Deville said she agreed to let Charlotte make a proposal. Charlotte wanted a proposal to talk about the Raw Women's Championship situation. Charlotte said she was a little taken back when she was left out of the title opportunity when Asuka and Ripley were announced as having a one-on-one match. She was taken aback, folks. She was taken aback. Why is that, Charlotte? Because you can't cope. You can't live with the fact that maybe others deserve a championship match that doesn't include Charlotte Flair. I don't know. She talked about her successes against Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Why don't we talk about how you buried both Raw and NXT women's divisions? What successes that you've had against Ripley and Asuka, huh? You've beaten Asuka how many times? You took her undefeated streak, wrongfully, by the way. And then you buried the NXT women's division. Couldn't even have the fucking decency to put over Rhea Ripley after it was all over. You had Io Shirai pin Rhea Ripley at TakeOver in your house. You didn't think nobody caught that, right? Now, you walk away scot-free. You lose the championship. You don't get pinned. God forbid you lose your fucking title to an NXT talent while getting pinned. Must have been the same reason why Shayna Baszler didn't win the Royal Rumble last year either. She said Ripley stole her opportunity when she took my spot at WrestleMania. Charlotte steals several minutes of my life I can't get back. So I know a thing or two about you stealing, Charlotte. She said she knows she's made mistakes and learned from them. She told Sonya she can't deny that if she were added to the Backlash match, it would be a bigger show. No, in fact, actually, it's going to be a worse show. It's going to be a worse match. Just like Braun Strowman being added to the Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley match. Braun being added makes that match worse. And the same thing applies here to Charlotte. Charlotte being included in the Ripley-Asuka match makes it worse. If you add me, I make that match more important. False. False. She said she's the most famous face of the women's division. I wonder why. And the original influencer in WWE. Show you. Charlotte then looked into the camera and said, love her or hate her, the WWE women's division needs her. In fact, Charlotte, I'm not sure where you were. You might have been on a boat or a beach in fucking the Caribbean somewhere with Andrade. But let me tell you something, honey. WrestleMania was fine without you. Monday Night Raw was fine, still sucked, without you. The women's division doesn't need you. In fact, the women's division is better without Charlotte because then that means others around you would get opportunities. You're only taking an opportunity away from, I don't know, Nikki Cross, who apparently is on the back of a fucking milk carton. Don't know where she is. What about Liv Morgan? What about Alexa, not even fuck Alexa Bliss. She's another one. Get her out of here. Ruby Riott. Did you guys see the Instagram post of Liv Morgan wrestling, training, still training, in hopes of making it? She looks good. Why isn't she getting an opportunity? Why are you looking at Liv Morgan and not giving that woman an opportunity? I don't understand it. I really don't. She turned her back to Sonya and said, she turned back to Sonya and said that she made a right decision last week and it's time for another one. Sonya, to be fair to Flair, Sonya says she makes a compelling argument, none of which anybody should agree with. It's all, oh my God, Charlotte, please, let's bow to the queen. She said since the men have a triple threat match for the WWE title, she's adding Charlotte to make this women's match a triple threat match. Rhea Ripley's music hits and she comes out. God. The one thing that we need to do from this point on, folks, is not put a microphone in Rhea Ripley's hand. Holy shit. Can this woman not cut a promo? It is so bad. So bad. Ripley walked out, and she's put up with a lot from this spoiled brat's mouth. But this is absolute crap, she says. She said the reason Charlotte wasn't at WrestleMania is because nobody, she said it in this tone, because nobody likes you. This is real. This is the heavy metal, right? Rhea Ripley. Brutality, Rhea Ripley. Nobody likes you. It's great. It's great. She laughed and rubbed it in. Charlotte was laughing, fake laughing in the ring. Ripley said that she's confident she can beat Asuka because she's already done that. Yeah, and the matches weren't all that good, Miss Ripley. She entered the ring and told Sonya that she should have known this was always part of her plan when she reinstated Charlotte last week. Asuka then comes out, and it's one of these segments where Charlotte starts talking trash. Ripley's music hits, she cuts a promo, and then Asuka comes out, her music hits, she cuts a promo. Same old song and dance, same uncreative shit by WWE. Asuka comes to the ring, and then Asuka made fun of Charlotte's fake crying and said, "Oh, Charlotte Flair, she wants the women's title," or whatever the fuck she was saying. She said she can beat either of them because she's ready to become the Raw Women's Champion. And she yells, whatever Asuka does, please, please. Charlotte says that no one compares to her, and this is why. She said they've both lost their minds after being thrown one little curveball. She said she will be walking out the Raw Women's Champion at Backlash. And Ripley got in Sonya's face and said, "You did this to me. She didn't earn it." Charlotte attacked Sonya. Asuka knocked both of them out of the ring. And blah, blah, blah. That was the way the segment ended. This is some of the worst women's segments of the year. Everything involving these three. Shit. Nothing is interesting. Charlotte being added to the match doesn't make it bigger. Charlotte being added to the match doesn't make it any more important than it already was. How could it make the match more important when the people that are already in the match don't mean jack shit? Charlotte just got back to television. What exactly has she done for a Raw Women's Championship? Oh, but she beat Mandy Rose. Oh, but she beat Dana Brooke. I mean, you could put Victoria's Secret cardboard cutouts in the ring, and they probably beat both Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose, just like Charlotte has done. Then she takes a week off and gets suspended. Then she's back. So I'd love to know why and how she's gotten a championship match. WWE, they can't even go the route of building Charlotte up legitimately by having her win consistently, because there's nobody in the division. So now they're taking the one thing that is actually legitimately true. Everybody fucking hates her. Rhea Ripley even said it in her promo. Nobody likes you. And they're taking that and now revolving that story around Charlotte to her getting in this match because she's befriending the one woman who apparently is on her side because nobody else likes her. And that's how she got a championship match. It's disgusting. It really is. I don't know how this is going to make Charlotte any more likable. I really don't. If your plan is to make Charlotte the most get-off-my-TV superstar possibly of all time, then by all means, you are on your way to doing that, Bruce. You really are. Other than that, this shit sucks. Ripley is just as bad as Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Naomi, and Lana. They all look the same. Rhea Ripley came up with such star power. This was going to be the next in line after Becky Lynch. And she's just as bad as fucking Lana. She can't cut a promo. The two matches that she had against Asuka were fucking terrible. Her presence is gone. completely. And her loss to Charlotte last year and the 2020 that she had is still affecting her. It's still rearing its ugly head. She hasn't gotten over that. It doesn't matter how you portray her. It doesn't matter how quick you put her in championship matches. It doesn't matter who you put her in the ring with, like an Asuka or Charlotte. Rhea Ripley is going to be the same every single time, and that is not special. There's nothing about Rhea Ripley that is special anymore. That is long gone. WWE, you can chalk that one up and check that one off. Rhea Ripley, ruined. Now you can join the rest of them. Ricochet, Keith Lee, and all these other geeks that came up from NXT that don't survive on the main roster. Why? Because you ain't Charlotte Flair. You ain't Charlotte Flair. Good luck dyeing your hair blonde. That's not enough, honey. It's not enough. Kayla Braxton interviewed Humberto. Carrillo. Humberto Carrillo actually had promo time on this show, man. What universe am I in? So they showed footage of Sheamus and Humberto and all the weeks of him being beaten down by Sheamus. Humberto actually cut a promo here, said Sheamus is a bully and he knows what it feels like to be bullied. I'm sorry, bro. Please explain to me who stole your mashed potatoes at catering, bro. Seriously, I would probably find that more interesting than anything you do on television. Who stole your fucking fried chicken from catering? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. What was it on Friday? Pasta night? Who took the last meatball? Does Humberto even like meatballs, man? I don't even know. Maybe. I don't know. Who doesn't like a good meatball? Sheamus jumped Humberto from behind. He's not afraid of Sheamus, by the way, he says. But Sheamus jumped him from behind. Adnan Virk. Surprised this guy still has a job after 3 weeks. Said Sheamus didn't appreciate being humiliated last week. He called Sheamus a ginger colossus tonight. I get it, Virk. I know you're trying, bro, but please, you ain't Moro. You ain't Moro, bro. Just cut it out with the fucking cool nicknames, okay? That's only reserved for the greatest of all time. Sheamus tossed him around backstage. Then he said, unfortunately, he doesn't appear ready to accept his open challenge this week, but maybe next week. So we got Adam Pearce backstage with Sonya Deville. Adam Pearce asks, what the hell was that? Pearce says that they're beyond abuse of power. He said that he thought they agreed last week to consult each other on decisions like this. She said she's tried to find him and sent him a text. He said, listen, we share an office, and I didn't get any text. She said service must be terrible then, but a decision had to be made urgently. She agreed that they should be making decisions together, and then they gazed into each other's eyes. You know how WWE just leaves the lingering camera there? It felt like it was fucking 30 seconds. They were just staring into each other's eyes, man. I thought they were going to start making out. Miz and Morrison were in the ring. And there was no Miz TV, thank God. But they talked about the tomato incident last week. Miz said last week they suffered the humiliation of a sophomoric prank when they were hit with rotten tomatoes. He said his accomplishments match up to anyone in WWE history. Then he started comparing himself to John Cena, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and The Rock. He said none of them would ever be subject to such disrespect. He said all he wanted was a microscopic piece of respect. Forgiveness ain't good for dripness. And tonight, it's Johnny Drip Drip's turn. This was legitimately what they said in this promo. Unreal. Damian Priest versus John Morrison. On a normal night, on a normal show, I'd be like, yeah, man, this is a good match. Wasn't a bad match. I just don't know why. I don't know why we got Damian Priest feuding with the fucking Miz and John Morrison. How many weeks now? It's got to be about 2.5 months? They ended this shit at WrestleMania, yet here we are. But I guess this is what WrestleMania Backlash means. In some weird and twisted fucking dimension, WWE thinks WrestleMania is good enough to repeat again on pay-per-view. Unreal. There was a great spot in this match where John Morrison landed a top rope Spanish fly on Damian Priest for a 2 count. Miz distracted the ref as Priest was trying to roll up Morrison, but Morrison actually reversed it. So the distraction cost Morrison a chance to win. Priest ducked a Morrison kick, landed, hit the lights for the win, and Damian Priest beats John Morrison. It's great. I wish we could end this. What happens at Backlash? Does he get the Miz? Does Bad Bunny come back? I'm over it. Move on. It's the problem with this fucking show. It's all the same shit. Backstage, Adam Pearce held a contract in his hand, and WWE signs Mansoor. They signed Mansoor. 205 Live's Mansoor to a WWE contract. Shake my hand, bro. Your career is about to be ruined. Mansoor signs a WWE contract for Raw. Pearce says he's happy to have him on Monday nights. Listen, bro, you may be the only one. Sheamus barged in and said there's a rumor Humberto can't answer the challenge tonight because he doesn't have a leg to stand on. He said accidents happen. Yeah, you telling me. This show is a fucking accident. He then looked at Mansoor and asked Pearce if he got himself a new little intern. Mansoor says he just became a Raw superstar just like you, Sheamus. Sheamus started to laugh at the idea that he's on his level. He invited him to accept his open challenge, but emphasized the U.S. title won't be on the line. So there's no better way for the WWE Universe to find him than taking a bro kick to the side of the head. He said he'd see him later. Mansoor then said, things happen quick around here, huh? And Adam Pearce says, you have no idea. Get used to it. So Mansoor signs with WWE. I give this guy 3 weeks. I give this guy 3 weeks, and he'll be on main event in matches with Ricochet. Apparently this guy won 49 matches on 205 Live or something like that. This guy was working in NXT. He's gone to the Saudi shows. He's been undefeated there. He won a big battle royal over there. Listen, man, I'm a decent fan of Mansoor. Mansoor is very good. He really is. He had a great match with Cesaro, I believe, on one of the Saudi shows. Mansoor is very good. He was very good in NXT, too, for the little that I seen him there. But I'm not even going to give WWE the benefit of the doubt here and trying to add new talent to the show. I'm not going to do that. Because their track record indicates that, yeah, they may be trying, quote unquote, and them trying is always some form of laziness. Give this guy 3 weeks. He'll be on main event with Ali and Ricochet. Guarantee it. They're going to take one look at this guy and say, the fuck? This guy's just as small, if not smaller, than Humberto Carrillo. This is the guy you're going to put on Monday Night Raw to make a difference, right? Oh, but he's a new talent. Yes, because WWE thrives with new talent, right? Bruce loves new talent, right? Johnny Laurinaitis loves new talent, right? Give me a break. This guy is doomed right from the word go. As soon as he signed the letter M on that contract in Mansoor, he was finished. Done. As soon as he walked into fucking Adam Pearce's office and took a breath, he was done. Give me a break with this shit. So now we got Mansoor, Humberto, and Sheamus for the U.S. title. Oh, but it's different, man. Sure it is. Because any one of these guys is going to beat Sheamus for the United States Championship, right? Fuck out of here. What a waste. This guy's going to have 3 weeks of Raw and then right back to fucking catering where he belongs. Or maybe WWE's gearing up to go to Saudi Arabia because usually they trot this guy out to shill to the Saudi government. Maybe he's there because sooner rather than later they're going to be back in Saudi Arabia and they want their number one guy, the hometown hero, to have a big winning streak going into Saudi Arabia. Who knows? Lucha House Party versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Neither of these teams got introductions. We went to commercial after the last segment, came back to the show, and both of these teams were in the ring wrestling already. Oh, man, Bruce loves these two teams, right? Lucha House Party win in 4 minutes. Dorado landed Metalik. One or the other. Who gives a shit? Dorado, Metalik, both the same. Metalik landed a top rope elbow drop for the win, and that was it. Afterward is the main part of this match because that's where everything broke down. Cedric stood in the ring and yelled at Shelton on the floor, and he was losing his voice. He was yelling so hard. Look at us. No wonder MVP and Lashley kicked us out of the Hurt Business. No, they didn't kick us out. They kicked you out. He said Shelton was the weak link in the Hurt Business from day one. He asked him how long he's been there, getting one opportunity after another. He asked how many years he has left. He said he's in the prime of his life, and he refuses to waste another second keeping his career alive. He said as of this second, they are finished as a tag team. Yes, because WWE has so many fucking tag teams that they can afford to break up another tag team. So they go from joining the Hurt Business, looking like superstars, winning the Raw Tag Team titles, dropping the Raw Tag Team titles, getting kicked out of the Hurt Business, squash match after squash match after squash match, loss after loss after loss, now to being broken up completely. I wonder who's going to be the bigger superstar coming out of this team, folks. They're both going right to catering. Neither of these guys will be used on Raw again in a meaningful way. That is until Cedric leaves WWE and joins his wife in AEW. Shelton Benjamin, he's gotten used to sitting in catering, man. He saw that he signed another 5-year deal last year. Goodbye. He's used to not doing anything. I'm surprised he didn't get the axe. Unbelievable. I don't know who they have as a legit tag. At least these guys were a decent-looking tag team. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander broken up now. Now they got RK Bro, not a real team. They got Omos and AJ, not a real team. They got Jackson Riker and Elias, not a real team. Then they got Miz and Morrison. I'm done seeing them as a team. Then you got the Viking Raiders and the New Day and the Lucha House Party. But who gives a shit about the Lucha House Party? 2 legit tag teams and the Lucha House Party. It's great. WWE has comprised their tag team division of one-off tag teams. Must be great to be Bruce Pritchard, man. The ideas are fucking flowing daily. Kayla Braxton interviewed Shelton Benjamin after this was all over. She asked if he has a response to those harsh words from Cedric Alexander. Shelton said he has survived so long because he can take a hit. He said the only reason why Cedric was in the hurt business is because he saw something in Cedric and no one else did, including Bobby or MVP. He said he doesn't want to team with him and learn from him. Fine. He can do whatever he wants as a grown man. He said he let him say what he said tonight, but if he keeps talking like that, he'll turn into another bright, young, fizzling out star while he continues to survive. Are you going to give a shit about a Shelton-Cedric one-off match after they broke up? I highly doubt it. Let's check the chat here, folks. Let's see what's going on inside the OTS venue. We got 1,900 plus, nearing 2,000 here inside the venue. I appreciate you guys. 728 likes right now. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Hit that thumbs up. The goal is a lofty one. 1,500. We're about halfway there. So come on, hit that thumbs up. It's free of charge. There's no cover charge here, folks. Just hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on the bell for all notifications. Super chats are open. They'll be open at the end of the... Well, they're open now, but we'll go over them at the end of the show. And if you guys donate $15 or more, you guys can get one of these remaining 5 off-the-script beer koozies. So if you guys donate $15 or more via the YouTube Super Chat, that is what is going to be for you. I want to shout out my sponsor for today's show as well, Honey. You guys like saving some money, right? We all shop online. I know you do. I know I do. This entire office was built online, man. I saved some major money building this beautiful setup using Honey. We've all seen that promo code field taunt us at checkout, but thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past, bro. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one and applies it to your cart. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. They range from sites that have tech, gaming products, to popular fashion brands, and even food delivery. Now imagine you're shopping online at one of your favorite sites. When you go to check out, the Honey button drops down and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds, and Honey searches for coupons that it finds for that particular site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you're going to watch the prices drop and you're going to save yourself some money. Now, most of my equipment here came online. I got my mixer, I got my keyboard, I got my mouse, I got my key lights, I got my monitors, I got everything, my webcam. Most of the newer stuff that I bought to make sure you guys got the best podcast possible, I used and saved money on with Honey. And that's always going to be a thing. When I need something new, Honey's going to be my go-to tool. If you don't really have Honey right now, I'm going to be straight up with you, man. You're missing out. It's literally free. It installs in seconds. And by getting it, you're doing yourself a favor, and you're supporting this show as well. I'd never, and you guys know me, I never recommend anything I don't use. And if you get Honey for free, you can do it right now at joinhoney.com/offthescript. Save yourself some money. That's joinhoney.com/offthescript. Go and check that out today, guys, and save yourself some money. I use it, and I use it a lot. And I want you guys to do the same thing and support the show while doing so. Moving on, man, we got Angel Garza. He's back on the show with his haircut and his red rose versus Drew Gulak. Apparently there was a situation between these two that happened in the back. And the situation really raised my eyebrows for a little bit. I'll get to that in a second. Angel Garza walked the hallway with a red rose. Drew Gulak called him pretty boy and asked if the rose was for him. Then said, for someone who is supposedly such a ladies' man, you don't really ever score. He said those roses smell almost as bad as your win-loss record. He challenged him to a match. Garza accepted, and he said, when the match is over, I'm going to shove this rose up your ass, he says. So, Angel Garza and Drew Gulak, two guys it is just an oddity to see them on the show, man. It really is. We haven't seen these guys on the show, and all of a sudden, on this week, on this night, they're making an impromptu match between Angel Garza and Drew Gulak. Does this mean that Angel Garza is finally starting to get a push on Monday Night Raw? I doubt it. I need to see a little bit more consistency to really say, hey, you know what? Bruce Pritchard is pushing Angel Garza on this show. But the fact that this match was made in this impromptu way almost tells me, and I would not be surprised if I see a report tomorrow in the morning on the dirt sheets that this show was a complete fucking clusterfuck after the show that we got right before the show, a complete clusterfuck. The match was made impromptu. It would not surprise me that this was a completely unplanned show. Or if something else was supposed to be in this spot and then they relied on these two guys to fill this spot for 2 minutes. It's just weird that Angel Garza and Drew Gulak, of all people, got added to this show. Because these are two guys that we don't normally see. So Garza wins with the wing clipper. And then after the match, Garza put the rose down Gulak's tights and then kicked him in the ass, apparently shoving the rose up his ass as he promised to do in the backstage segment. I don't know, man. Garza is being completely wasted. If it means Garza is being pushed, I hope so. because Garza has been one of the most underutilized guys in recent memory. What a fucking joke. Matt Riddle scooted over to the Viking Raiders. He asked them if they rooted for the Vikings or the Raiders. Ha ha. Ivar says he's actually a Cleveland Browns fan. Riddle scooted away. He seen Orton down the hallway. He called him bro. Riddle said, technically, yes. They share the same goals. Orton says, I'm not your bro. But I would like to think we have a lot of things in common. We share the same goals. Matt Riddle said, it's an honor to team with him and touted that they're undefeated. Orton then said, literally, we won one single match. He asked that they go to the ring and win another. Riddle suggested snakeskin Speedos again, and Randy Orton motioned to his lips to seal his lips, lock his mouth, shut the fuck up. He extended his hand, and he asked for the key, the imaginary key that locked Matt Riddle's mouth, and Matt Riddle gave him the key as he smiled and Randy Orton walked away. Now, I will say this, man. I get that this is a temporary thing. I get that Randy Orton more than likely is going to turn on Matt Riddle. For all we know, Matt Riddle could turn on Randy Orton and turn heel. I doubt that's going to happen because that would be ridiculous. I cannot see Matt Riddle as a heel. I can't. Especially in the WWE like this. So more than likely, Randy Orton's going to turn on Matt Riddle. They'll probably win the tag team championships. WWE knows that they have a thing here with these guys. They'll probably be the team because the New Day lost clean to take the titles off of AJ and Omos. Then we'd start to see the team break away. I know it's temporary. I know they're not a real team. I know that they're only a team because there's nothing else for either of these guys to do. But I like it. It's one of the things, probably the only thing on this show, that I actually like. And it just comes off as funny. I love the interaction between Orton because he's so fucking serious, and Matt Riddle, who's a goofy clown. And Randy Orton is lowering himself to Matt Riddle's standards right now to put up with Matt Riddle because he knows he has a winning formula. Even though he doesn't want a team with him, he knows that he should because he's that good. So I hope in some weird and twisted way, this does take Matt Riddle to the next level. I do hope that it makes for better television with them on the show. And I'm enjoying it. I laughed at this. I found this very humorous. So they had a tag team match, and they defeated Elias and Jackson Riker. So Orton was setting up a draping DDT on Elias. Riddle asked for the tag. Orton tagged him in. Riddle watched Orton give Elias the DDT, and Elias, he was on the mat after the DDT. Riddle went up for the floating bro. Oh, my God. Well, the Broton, I think it was the floating bro, right? Landed a floating bro on Elias. He crushed his head on the way down. Elias immediately grabbed his head. I don't know if you guys seen that. Referee went right over to him. He must have been okay because the referee immediately went back to Riddle and Orton and raised their hand in victory. But my God, that looked bad. The floating bro coming down on Elias, crushing his skull the way it did, man. That looked like it sucked. So, RK Bro wins another match. And it looks like we may be heading towards Styles and Omos versus Riddle and Orton. Could be the summer feud of 2021. Kayla Braxton interviewed Drew McIntyre. She asked for a prediction for the Lashley Braun Strowman match. He said it's a tough question. He said he doesn't care as long as they beat the hell out of each other. He asked how he feels about Mace, and he legitimately said teabag. He asked why they keep attacking him and whose side are they on. Why did they take their stupid masks off but keep their stupid names? I hope they address that. I really do hope they address that. He said there's an old saying that is what's meant to be will be. He said it's meant to be that he will regain his WWE Championship. Strowman walked in and said he realizes he and Lashley don't belong there, but he's going to prove them wrong by walking out of Backlash as the new WWE Champion. Drew then said maybe, maybe not, but for now, you just need to leave. Braun stared at Drew for a few seconds and then turned to go get ready for his match. Whatever. I don't care about the main event scene on Raw. It is utterly boring. Sheamus versus Mansoor. This went to Sheamus via DQ in 5 minutes because Humberto Carrillo came out and attacked Sheamus. Of course he did. Mansoor was looking okay here. Sheamus was bleeding from the forehead. He eventually landed a white noise on Mansoor. Like I said before, I think I said ginger-headed Colossus. Vert called him a ginger-headed juggernaut. Vert, listen, you're lucky you got a fucking job. Stop pretending to be Mauro Ranallo, okay? Carrillo attacked Sheamus for the DQ. After the bell, Sheamus made a comeback, took out Carrillo. Carrillo dove through the ropes. Yada, yada, yada. Mansoor, he showed a little promise. He was good anyway. But he's not really going to add much to anything on Raw. And it's really difficult to get behind these guys, knowing that WWE doesn't like to get behind new guys. I mean, look at what they did to Carrillo. The guy sat around and did nothing for over a year. Now they want to bring him back to TV. Out of nowhere, out of the blue, and expect me and you to care about Humberto Carrillo. Mansoor, he's not going to do anything on this show. I give him less than a month, and he'll be right back on Main Event with Ali and Ricochet. Another Alexa Bliss vignette aired. She had her new doll, Lily. You know, the one that looks like one of them Uncrustables with fucking teeth. She said Lily likes to play hide and seek, but she always seems to find her in peculiar positions. From what I read, Vince McMahon likes to play hide and seek, and so does Bruce with the talent on this show. You can never find them. When the talent need to address something and need to speak to upper management, nowhere to be found are Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon. She said she gets her hands dirty sometimes. She said her favorite color is red. Her favorite color is red. And wherever she goes, trouble seems to follow. Is that insinuating that a feud between Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie is coming up? I don't know, man. Just find it very weird that out of all the colors, her favorite color is red. Not black, not a dark, evil color, right? Red. Or maybe it just signifies the color of blood, and I'm overthinking things, and it's not Eva Marie. Who knows? And wherever she goes, trouble seems to follow. She acted like Lily was telling her something. She had the doll in her hand, and she would put her up to her ears. And she said Lily told her a certain someone might have caught her beady little eyes. Who that is, I don't know. She said, for now, it's their dirty little secret. Don't blame me for what happens next. Then she sang, the world goes crazy at the sight of you. We have so much fun together. We'll be friends forever. Then there was a scream. Or was that a dream? Lily, what do you make me do? She was singing, and she went from cheerful to kind of angry and demonic at the end. And then the segment cut out. I am starting to care less and less and less and less about Alexa Bliss in this character. It's going nowhere. It's at a point right now where it's just rinse and repeat over and over again. The longer you wait for whatever payoff is next, the more people are not going to care. And more we see this, and the less we see of Bray Wyatt on this show, it becomes much more apparent that whatever Bray Wyatt was doing with The Fiend is now solely Alexa Bliss. So they pretty much gave Bray Wyatt's gimmick to Alexa Bliss and left Bray Wyatt with nothing but fucking hand puppets. Yeah, but everybody loves Bray Wyatt, right? Everybody loves Bray. The Fiend is so great, right? Jim Cornette. Never mind Jim Ross. Jim Ross is doing what he's got to do on Wednesday night. Jim Cornette. He mentioned something about The Fiend that I think you guys need to know. So he was speaking on his drive-through podcast, and Jim Cornette blasted The Fiend's character, stating that it's unsalvageable garbage at this point and an embarrassment to the pro wrestling business. Let me repeat that, man. I love those words. Those are powerful words, man. I love that. He stated that The Fiend is unsalvageable garbage and an embarrassment to the pro wrestling business. He says this, and I quote, "This whole thing is just probably the worst. And over the last year and a half or 2 years, imagine how much that takes in, as probably 50% of it involved The Fiend. Every time we see him, it's garbage. It's goofy fucking puppets appearing out of nowhere. It's supernatural bullshit, black sludge vomit, being killed in front of us and then just getting up or whatever. It's totally unsalvageable. That's not even wrestling anymore. So I don't know what the fucking attraction is that anybody would be entertained by this horse shit. But no, I wouldn't book The Fiend except possibly a long stay at a mental institution. I mean, the whole thing, the Firefly vignettes, the whole thing is an embarrassment to the wrestling business." End quote. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Mr. Cornette. Even though he's got me blocked on social media, that is 100% factual information. Love it. It's exactly what we said here every single week leading up to him being burned alive and then coming back at WrestleMania, not burned, and then losing to a fucking RKO. Great job there, Bruce. Great job, Mr. Pritchard. Moving on. Moving on, man. Oh. NXT 2017. Gargano Ciampa. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker 25. Bret Austin. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Naomi. Did I miss anything? No, neither did you. Jackson Baszler win in 2 minutes. Who gives a fuck? Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Bobby Lashley wins here against Strowman Express. Lashley here. We had this at ringside, this little incident here at ringside. We got Braun charging at Lashley on the outside. Okay. Lashley sidestepped him, threw him into Drew. And Drew popped up and approached Braun, who told him to get out of his face. He shoved him. Drew dared Braun to hit him. Lashley surprised Braun with a spear. 1, 2, 3. And that was it. That was it. So listen to this, folks. Listen to this. We got Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. Okay? We got Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. Braun beats Drew. He gets into the championship match. Now it's a triple threat match, right? So this week we get Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. And then next week, WWE's already made it breaking news that Drew McIntyre will wrestle Bobby Lashley next week in the main event on Monday Night Raw. And then at the pay-per-view, it's going to be Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman. So we go from Braun Drew, Braun Lashley, Drew Lashley, then to Drew Lashley Braun. Every which way we've seen every combination of match between these three guys leading up to this triple threat match. That is the laziest fucking booking. And we even had tag team matches out of these three, with Braun and Drew teaming up against T-Bag, T-Bar, and Mace, right? Every which way combination we've seen leading up to this pay-per-view match. If that doesn't speak to you as boring, I don't really know what to tell you, man. I really don't know. And Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley is happening next week. Does anybody expect the WWE champion to lose on television before a pay-per-view main event match? I mean, what's the point in even fucking watching? It's just fucking stupid. You're pretty much asking at that point for nobody to watch. Who expects him to lose? This company is fucking stupid. You're wasting my fucking time at that point. What a terrible, terrible fucking program. God, does this show fucking suck. That's your Monday Night Raw review. Shit is awful. Please give me something with some unpredictability. Yeah, the WWE champion's gonna lose in a non-title match on Monday Night Raw. No, in this fucking company, they may just do that. Fucking ridiculous, man. Show is awful. Fucking awful. We got some super chats to go over, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you guys want in on the super chats, the chat is open, man. $15 or more gets you a beer koozie. All you guys got to do is do that and then email me, JDfromNY206 at yahoo.com. Full name and address so Hoop Media could get in on that. And if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. If you laughed, if you agreed, if you didn't agree, I know you were entertained no matter what. So hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JDfromNY206. And go check out all the other videos that you might have missed last week, especially this weekend's podcast. Episode 374 of OTS, the flagship show. I will be live tomorrow for NXT. Seems like it's going to be a little bit more of an important show tomorrow. So I'll be live if you guys care about that. Hopefully most of you can join me. And Jesse and I will be live on Wednesday night for Blood and Guts. Oh, we can't wait, man. We can't wait. It's going to be a fucking banger. It's going to be a good one. Let's get these super chats in, man. Let's see what we got here. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. Great Eva Botch Marie is back. Boring, she says. Yes, indeed. It is indeed boring. Gregory Benson with a $49.99 super chat. And then he adds another $4.99 super chat on top of that. You goddamn beast. How to rebuild a proper women's division on the main roster. First of all, have a tournament to crown a new unified women's champion in the finals of said tournament. Go up against the Android agenda by having Io Shirai defeat Charlotte Flair. Second of all, have Shayna and Nia drop the tag team titles and burn them and break Shayna away from Nia. Man, it brings me great sadness to do the crickets and the pillow skit with Shayna Baszler in the ring, man. It really all stems from Lana and Nia Jax. It really does. It's awful. It is fucking awful. Jacob Donnelly. What's up, brother? $5 super chat. Raw will now have a women's division featuring Eva Marie, Lacey Evans, Lana, Dana Brooke, and Nia Jax. That is terrifying. Bro, I think you gave... How many people are here? Bro, I think you gave 1,700 people nightmares tonight. I love you, though, bro. God, that is awful. Gregory Benson with a 1999 super chat. Look at this fucking guy, man. Third of all, start using all of your underutilized and non-utilized talent and build them up for future title opportunities and have said champion defend the title by floating around between Raw and SmackDown. I like your ideas, Gregory. It's the first thing I do. Merge the fucking divisions. Weed out the weak. That's what I do. And give more opportunities to a Ruby Riott and a Liv Morgan. And get an Io up there. Put her at the top. And make the main program Io versus Asuka. Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. Literally stopped watching Raw the moment Gulak got a rose shoved up his ass. Fuck this show. I'll wait for the OTS review. How about that 5-year contract, Gulak? Sign a 5-year contract to stay with the WWE to have a rose shoved up your ass. A world-class professional wrestler, man. Couldn't be me. Lauren Hutton with several super chats here. She's got a 3, a 2, a 2, and a 2. Can't support Riddle. He needs a change. I'm enjoying Matt Riddle a little bit more now he's paired with Randy Orton. Android getting another opportunity. Enough. I agree. I'm assuming we'll see an Orton-Riddle feud soon. We will. Who's worse, Evo or the Android? Charlotte Flair is by far the worst thing on television. Francis Loop with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Yes, this show can get worse before Backlash. Loved your rant on Mick Foley from OTS this past weekend. Great stuff. Already listened to it several times. Thank you, Francis. I appreciate that, man. That was a damn good rant. Fuck Mick Foley. What a fucking geek he is, man. An unintelligent geek. Maybe too many chair shots to the head. Super Cool with a $2 super chat. Hey, JD, these shows are worse than Herb Abrams, UWF. Bro, Raw is the worst show on television in the history of pro wrestling. Mr. Griffin with a $100 donation. Here is to help you cope with the return of Eva Marie. Charlotte versus Eva coming soon. God help us all. Mr. Griffin. Thank you so much, man. That certainly will help ease the pain of Eva Marie on the main roster. That's a big time donation there, man. I appreciate you. Deshaun Turner with a $4.99 super chat. I need a drink, and whatever you do, don't make it red. Coincidentally, me and my buddy Sean used to drink this drink called Red Death. Some pretty potent shit, man. Ali with a $4.99 super chat. Hey, JD, do you think Randy Orton is playing mind games with Riddle, or do you think that he is becoming a good tag team with Matt Riddle? They're going to win the tag team titles, and then you're going to start seeing the deterioration of RK Bro. It's not going to be a thing that lasts, for sure. We got a lot of super chats here tonight, man. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Who is the better big man? Kevin Nash or Sid? And it's typical Vince fires Mickey and brings back a diva who can't wrestle. Vince needs to go. That's a tough one, man. I'm going to say Psycho Sid. I'm going to say Sid was the better big man. He just had that presence that Nash didn't have. Big Wheezy with a $5 super chat. Anyone who thinks Eva Marie was a great comeback isn't for the women at all. Even Mickey James laughed at it. Hashtag Sasha and Bailey rule. Hashtag WWE sucks. I agree, bro. It's actually a step backwards for the women's division. Hula Grim with a $5 super chat. Eva Marie is the female Roman Reigns. GOAT. Ballot to the true queen of WWE. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, laughing emoji. Hula Grim, don't pull a Raging Girl Gamer on me, please. Thank you for the 5, brother. Hopefully you enjoyed the RE8 stream today on Twitch, which was rather disappointing. I wish it was longer. Cody, Tyler, Clyde, JD. With WWE aligning themselves with MLW, could you see Jacob Fatu take on Reigns in Las Vegas for WrestleMania after The Rock? Fatu is the only star left, in my opinion, with a $5 super chat. No. If anything, Jacob Fatu is going right to NXT. And I mentioned this on the podcast. It's going to end up the way, if this is true, and it does become a little back and forth trading exchange of talent, it's going to end up like Evolve. WWE is going to eventually purchase Evolve, that like they did, and they're going to eventually purchase MLW, and that's going to happen, and they're going to take all their talent, put them in NXT, keep who they want, get rid of who they don't want. But Jacob Fatu is very impressive, man. Brian Echeverria. $5 super chat. Crowd was so quiet you could literally hear 2 mice having sex. What crowd? What crowd are you talking about, bro? The virtual geeks inside the Thunderdome? There are no crowds. Kevon White with a $1.99 super chat. This was the best Raw all year, but it sucks still. No, it wasn't. What kind of fucking comment is that? This was the best Raw all year? How do you even gauge what the best Raw all year was? Fuck out of here with that shit, man. No Raw is the best Raw of the year. They're all garbage. Kratos with a $15 super chat. Eva Marie sucks. I'll be the first one to say, for the OGs of the channel, sorry that you had to endure this garbage tonight, JD. I was out buying a car all day today. Congratulations, bro. It's one of those life moments that feels so satisfying, man. Hopefully it's a nice one. Thank you for the 15, brother. 15 from Kratos. 5 from Mr. Cake. Thank you, Mr. Cake. JD. Ask Jesse who gets the belt first between Britt Baker and Eva Marie. Come on, Mr. Cake. We know this is happening. Dr. Britt Baker. Brittany Baker. DMD. Jesse. The 3 most powerful letters in all of wrestling, bro. What? You know it. DMD. Now, don't let Thunder Rosa hear you, or you're going to end up like Dave LaGreca. William Robertson with a $9.99 super chat. Charlotte in the title picture again. OMG, no. How many times are they going to give her the title? She's trash. Now Eva is back. What's next? Charlotte and Eva as tag team champions. This show is pure trash. Indeed it is, William. Indeed it is. Munchie time with a $19.99 super chat. I heard the Helix originally wrote Rock You with different lyrics with Raw in mind. Gimme an S-H-I-T. What you got, Raw? And what's it gonna be? Shitty. Cheers to JD and the OTS family. Keep doing God's work. Thank you, Munchie Time. Thank you, brother. Coiled Phoenix with a 20 bomb. Well, it looks like the never-ending draining of brain cells has now become worse with the return of Eva Marie. I would rather sit on a block of ice and drive red-hot pokers through my eyeballs than see this woman on my TV. Jesus Christ, Coiled Phoenix, tell me how you really feel. You know, Jesse texted me when Eva Marie was on the television. He texted me, and I quote, "Business just picked up." I think Jesse needs to have the ice bucket fucking thrown on his goddamn fucking head, clown. Business is about to pick up. You better be fucking stocking that top shelf liquor there, clown. Fucking geek. Business is about to pick. The ratings are about to go down. Gavin D with a Australian $5 super chat. Which is worse, the de-evolution of the WWE Women's Division into the Divas Division, or the idiotics reforming in AEW, Impact, or anywhere else for that matter? I would probably say the moronics reforming in AEW. They could go to Impact. I don't give a fuck. I don't watch Impact. Go over there and fucking spread your stupidity. But stay away from Wednesday nights, please. Nobody wants to see that shit. God Tongue, $5 super chat. Sabaton, Powerwolf, Disturbed are my top 3 favorite bands. Can we get a top 3, JD? That's tough, man. Damn, that's tough. Shit, I'd probably go Alter Bridge 1, Symphony X number 2, and I'd either have to say Testament number 3 or Iced Earth number 3. It's tough, man. Very, very, very tough. Sabaton, I'm not too familiar with their stuff. Powerwolf, never really got the whole vibe of Powerwolf, but Disturbed, they've gotten better with age, man. Indigo with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, much respect. LOL, Mick Foley really pitched for an all-women's brand. Another awesome live stream, and OTS 374 was too fire this past weekend. Indigo, thank you so much, man. Munchie Time with another $2.99 super chat. Hit that like button for the IWC Tribal Chief. You heard him. How many likes we got, man? 881. 895. Why don't we have 1,000 at least? Why don't we have 1,000 at least? I don't know. $816 Life with a $4.99 super chat. Why bash Bray Wyatt when he's been a creative genius his whole career? WWE failed him creatively and tons of other talent. Who's blaming Bray Wyatt? I didn't blame Bray Wyatt. I know who ruined his career. Susan D. Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. Raw is so bad, the good Lord can't help this show. And what's up, OTS fam? What's up, Susan? Thank you for the $5. TLG Kevin with a $4.99 super chat. OTS was fire this weekend. OMG, Eva Marie is back. May the WWE gods have mercy on our souls. Thank you, Kevin. Robert Hall, 85, with a $15 super chat. I got into the OTS venue and all I got was a koozie. LOL. Love the place, JD. Listen, man, sit yourself down and have a cold beverage. Thank you, Robert. Mendelfs Isma with a $20 super chat. Koozie. Love you, JD. Here's the 5 I owe you plus the 15. And I know I'm going to love the koozie. By the way, I don't even watch WWE anymore. I listen to you and watch specific segments that you've highlighted, which is not much. Mendelf. Fucking beast, man. Email me, bro. Email me your full name and address, and we'll get that out to you. Nathan Hansen with a $14.99 super chat. Thank you, JD, for sitting through this awful show. That's only getting worse. Mad respect. LOL. Thank you, Nathan. Jaden Vlogs, $9.99. Is Jason Jordan a head writer? No. He is a producer, and he oversees all the producers on this show. Davey Thompson. Hey, JD, where's my koozie? Why don't you have a little patience, Davey Thompson? We're mailing them out, bro. I want to send them all out at the same fucking time, okay? Yours is coming. Hoop Media has your information. Okay? Lauren Hutton. You think RKO or RK Bro will dethrone Omos and Styles? Yes, I do. The Dud with a $7 super chat. Now that Eva Marie is back, I feel like drinking bleach. Now, we don't serve that here, bro. Remember when Steve Austin pulled an April Fool's joke on Vince McMahon over signing with SmackDown? Yes, I do. Mansoor's gonna wish it was a fucking April Fool's. William Robertson with a $9.99 super chat. JD, do you have any idea where this Alexa Bliss character is going? It's not making sense to me, and it's really stupid at this point. I wonder if Bruce even knows where he's going with it. No, I don't know where it's going, and nor do I care. It sucks. Every time I walk down the fucking frozen food aisle and I see one of those Uncrustable boxes, whether it's got hazelnut or jelly in it, I think of Lily. And I think of how bad this storyline fucking sucks, and how Bray Wyatt had his gimmick taken from him and given to a Alexa Bliss character that is going nowhere. Mr. Cake with the $5 super chat. I heard Titus is making chalupas with some daisy this week. He also asked for lots of chicken. Listen, bro, Titus only deals in organic chicken, man. Cage-free chicken. So whatever he's doing, chicken-related for Cinco de Mayo, you know it's going to be the healthiest of options, man. Titus never lets you down. I don't even know what he's making. He works for me in the kitchen, and I don't even know what he's making. Raging Girl Gamer with a $5 super chat. My favorite color is all red, JD. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I hate the color red. Fuck red. I love the amazing red, but fuck the color red, okay? Alex Alberto G with the $5 super chat. I know some don't like Eva Marie, but dang, she is so sexy. She's a 10. It's great, bro. So is Sasha Banks. What's your point? Rafael DeLuna, $1.99 super chat. You crack me up when you mention Vince and Bruce Pritchard. Fuck him. Mr. Cake with a $2 super chat. Corny also said, Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt is greater than The Fiend. I agree. That Bray Wyatt gimmick, the Swamp Man, the cult leader, was so much better than what he did with The Fiend, man. JD23 with a $5 super chat. Team RK Bro is a rare bright spot on this show. Sheamus as U.S. champ is good too. It's just hard to care about him going up against Humberto. My favorite letter in the alphabet is L, Carrillo. I agree. JD23. Thank you for the $5, man. Jonathan Costello with a $4.99 super chat. Two things. One, Raw is absolutely boring and repetitive. And two, did you get my email about the koozie? Wanted to make sure, brother. And good God, Eva. Jonathan, I got your email. Everybody, I got your emails. I just didn't reply to some of them. Yours is on the way, as is everybody else's this week. And yes, Raw sucks. Isaiah Plays with a $2.99 super chat. Replace Raw with MLW reviews. LOL. No. When MLW reviews can get me 2,100 people live on Monday night, then I'll do MLW. Until then, no. Ty Sloan with a $1.99 super chat. JDR, you a fan of the bands Dope and Cult Chamber? No. What are we, in high school, bro? Dope? Any bands that name themselves after drug slang is trash. And Cult Chamber was garbage. I prefer Devil Driver. Old Devil Driver. New Devil Driver is fucking awful. It really is. Gee, what the fuck happened to those guys, man? Kelly Yamaguchi, $5 super chat. Ever since I saw Eva Marie's return, my mind was, hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to talk to you again. Hashtag Raw is terrible. Yeah, this is bad, Kelly. This is bad news. This may, in fact, end my career on YouTube. I don't know if I could cope with this any longer. Thank you for the $5. Hope you're doing well. Jericho, 8131 with a $10 super chat. If Charlotte doesn't win at Backlash, I have a funny feeling they'll have her win Money in the Bank this year. The trash booking of Raw gets more stupid. Every week, Raw equals eternal brain damage. Yeah, man. I know, I got brain damage by watching this fucking show, trying to make sense of this shit, man. They're making me dumber by the fucking week. Thank you for the $10, brother. Furious Nation, $10 super chat. Monday Night Raw sucks. Worst show on TV, bro. Finn Balor, Street Fight. Grizzled young veterans versus Ciampa and Thatcher. The Falls Count Anywhere match and NXT hopefully is better. And who do you think is Diamond Mine? Furious. A, NXT looks decent tomorrow, and B, I don't care. I don't care. I really, really, really don't care. Whoever it is, I'm sure they have a ceiling put on them immediately, and I just can't invest my time in people that I know are going nowhere. Lauren Hutton with a $3 super chat. Team, your surprise was never legit. Me is Cena and Orton. That's a tough one to answer. Team, your surprise never was legit. Why are you surprised Cena and Orton weren't legit? They were two top talents at the prime of their career. Why would they be a tag team? Lucas Rich 1026 saw online a pic that Lily was in the background during Sonya Deville's segment. Where are they going with this Bliss angle? Hashtag poor Bray. Maybe Lily has the answers as to why Sonya Deville is on fucking Raw. Because we didn't get the answers from Bruce. Furious Nation with another $5 super chat. Jacob Fatu, in my opinion, is the modern day Umaga. He'd do very well in NXT, and I could easily see him paired with the Tribal Chief. I could see it. Durban Primo with a Canadian $2.79 super chat. He says nothing. Listen, Durban, don't be shy here, bro. Don't be shy here, man. And remember, please tip your bartender. They don't work for fucking free. Cody Tyler Clyde with a $15 super chat. Koozie. Email me, Cody. Full name and address. Legible. Email me, JDfromNY206 at yahoo.com. That's for anybody that donated over $15 and has not gotten their koozie yet. Or paid for one, I should say. Nobody got their koozies yet because they're being mailed out. But if you guys are getting in on the final 5, then email me. If you have not emailed me yet, email me. Lauren Hunt with a $2 super chat. Hope Charlotte won't break Cena, Orton, and Triple H's reigns. Who gives a fuck? They're fictional. Isaiah Plays with a $1.99 super chat. Tell that geek Jesse I need a Coke with light ice. Jesse. A Coke with light ice, please. The ice bin's looking a little empty, bro. Come on. I don't know. What am I paying you for, bro? Seriously. I'm gonna have to fucking dump you when I get to Jacksonville, man. Seriously. Fucking God. Ricardo Linnell with the $10 super chat. I just wanted to drop a dime to support OTS and JD and remind everyone that Raw sucks and fuck Bill Goldberg. Thank you. Have a good night, JD. Thank you, Ricardo Linnell. Remember, folks, we got one more Bill Goldberg match this year. Cedric Davis with a $9.99 super chat. Drew said in his interview tonight, I'm not sure why T-Bar and Mace was unmasked, but they still kept their names. Like I said, I hope what he said there is brought to light. I said it in the review. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. So they sent Mickey home and re-signed Eva Marie. Wow. Yes. Somewhere, someone in this company thought Eva Marie was a better option for the women's revolution over Mickie James. Jesse probably fell asleep in the fucking employee lounge, man. I don't even see him in the chat. This fucking guy. Black Z Fighter with a $2.99 super chat. Eva Marie, God help us all. Yes, please, God help us all. God help us all, man. And I'm not talking about Slayer and their album God Hates Us All. I'm talking about Eva Marie. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. Don't forget to tip JD. Love you. Stay safe. Thank you, Lauren, for all of the love tonight. And thank you guys for all of the super chats tonight. You guys are great. Oh, he's sleeping. Say, look, I see him in the chat. Z's. It's exactly what you're going to be doing when Eva Marie's on the fucking television, clown. Anyway, guys, we had a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight on the podcast. We are about to get out of here. Jesus. It's always a great Monday night when I'm around you guys, man. You guys legitimately make my Monday nights, man. I dread watching this show. It's like I'm fading into fucking another dimension while watching this goddamn show. It really is that bad. I wish we could all be like Issa, man. Issa's in fucking Cancun right now. She didn't even have to watch this shit tonight because she was in some fucking spa or pool tonight drinking a goddamn pina colada. Anyway. Guys, on Wednesday night, Jesse and I will be live for Blood and Guts. I will have an announcement on Wednesday night. A major announcement for our meet and greet in Jacksonville. Double or Nothing weekend. It's going to be great. Hit that thumbs up, guys. We are 60 away from 1,000. 60 away from 1,000, man. Let's get that to 1,000 at least tonight. Follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done so. We got a couple more super chats coming in here. $1.99. Ty Sloan, JD, if you had to pick Eminem or Snoop, Eminem is the better rapper. But I like Snoop's charisma better. And Kelly with a $5 super chat. My bands, Alice in Chains, Disturbed, 9 Inch Nails, Korn, Godsmack, Killswitch Engage. Can I get a Kevin Dunn impression on Eva Marie? Red is my favorite color. You know, Eva Marie, I'll never forget, man. She got me a nice little toothbrush for Christmas about 3 years ago. I would. Some decent bands there, Kelly, except 9 Inch Nails. I think they're fucking god-awful. They're the Monday Night Raw of my bands. That's just me. Anyway, guys, again, please hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Honey, joinhoney.com/offthescripts. And go check out OTS 374 live on the channel right now. I'll be back live tomorrow for NXT and Wednesday for AEW Blood and Guts with Jesse, man. I'm getting in the Mustang. It's going to be 75 degrees in New York City. I got my cold beverage. And what I need from you guys is very simple. Give me those guitar emojis in the chat and that music, max. I'm hitting the highway. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday night for NXT Live on OTS. I'll see you guys later.